Proper check one. Proper check one.
Talk to me about merchandise fulfillment.
Okay, yeah. Well, we have a partnership with a company called Audio Life.
Okay.
And what we did was create the Reverb store.
Okay.
Because as you said, you have to carry a lot of stuff around when you're on tour.
Right.
And one of the worst things is that, and I myself being a musician have experienced this on a number of occasions, is when your expectation is a lot higher than your end result.
Right.
And the example being, I'm really excited about this new album, I'm really excited about this new design of this t-shirt, so I just go out and I pay, $1,000 and I get all these really nice printed t-shirts and it's my first album and I'm so excited, and then I'm like, all right, I'm ready to sell. And then it doesn't really go as planned.
Right.
Every artist experiences that at least once in their life.
You're like, what do you mean?
And then you get the box of CDs that sits in your parents' attic for the rest of the time.
Yeah.
And
no, don't throw those away.
Yeah, don't throw them away. But keep them so that you can always be reminded about all that money that's just sitting in a box now.
The next album's gonna mean more albums than they're gonna sell. My catalog is thick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we wanted to fix that. We really did, because it's frustrating and you're spending a lot of money that you may not necessarily have to have spent. And so what we created with the Reverb store helps them in a couple of ways. The first being is that there's no upfront cost to use it. So in order to create store items to sell to your fans, you don't have to pay anything.
Right.
And a lot of people say, well, how are costs covered? Well, what we do is we create a base price for the particular item. Be it, let's say that you want to create an American Apparel t-shirt and the base price for it is $11.
Okay.
Well, we give you that base price and then we say, well, Timmy, how much money do you want to make on this t-shirt? Why don't you decide the price? So you look at it and you say, okay, well, $11, well, I'd like to make $9 off this t-shirt, so why don't we sell it for $20? Put $20 in, set the price, and there you go. You've just guaranteed $9 of profit. But what you've also guaranteed is that no money is going to leave your wallet, so you're only profiting off of it.
Okay, so let me just run this back to you. Okay, so I upload my design. I customize my t-shirt online, almost similar to a cafe press.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Or these others, Zazzle.
Zazzle.
Yeah, similar to that, but it's tied right into my Reverb Nation profile again. So everything, I go to one place, I log in, I do it, I go there, I create my t-shirt design, I upload the design, I set the price. You guys handle all the shipping. You take care of everything you're talking about.
Yeah. All you have to do is just have the creative mind to design it and press that button to publish it, and we take care of everything else. And make sure to pay you, of course. So you just sit back and let the cash come in. And that's what artists have been dreaming of.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. All I gotta do is go out, play, and promote. And you're assisting me with the promotion because you're like you said, you'll be able to tie in the MySpace, the pieces, all the fan reach. But look, I noticed something I'm a Facebook user, right? Heavy Facebook user. I bounce around on Twitter too. And I know there was an application I used to have up the top, which was My Band, right? Now it's like, I don't know what happened. I can't seem to find where it went, But I know things have changed, and I received all this information telling me about it. I haven't quite understood it. You want to break that down for me a little bit?
Oh, sure, yeah. Well, Facebook had this problem when they started gaining popularity, and that was that musicians were saying, well, there's so many people on Facebook, and I want to promote to them, but I don't really know how. So what did they do? Well, they said, well, let's create a profile so that I can promote. So they created a personal profile, and with the band name, and then they tried to make it work, but very quickly found that this type of system isn't going to work very well, and I think Facebook saw that too. And so they created the page system, where now you have your personal profile for people, but for brands, companies, and artists, they have their own pages now.
Right.
And so Facebook recently had made some changes where they removed the ability to add applications to personal profiles, and wanted to make that more focused on the band pages.
Okay.
So we created my band application before this, and it was available on personal profiles and band pages. But we wanted to look at this this change not as a roadblock, but as an opportunity.
Sure. No.
We wanted to look at it and say, okay, well, now that we have no choice but to make sure that this is only for bands using it on their page, what are we going to do? So we changed the name of the tab to band profile. We felt that had a little bit better of a ring to it and gave an idea as to what people were going to expect when they click on that tab.
Sure.
And what we did with my, I'm going to refer to it as my band because that's the name of the application. But the application is kind of an all-in-one, set it and forget it way to promote yourself on Facebook.
Yeah.
As I mentioned earlier, one of our goals is we want to be able to have Reverb Nation be a place where you can go and update your information and then not have to worry about updating it anywhere else because it's already been done. And that's what the My Band application does for people. When you add shows, when you add music, when you add stuff to your store, it all gets updated on your My Band page immediately. So a person comes and they say, well, we have a lot of big artists using it, Sean Kingston, Lamb of God, Tenacious D, among others. And let's just use Sean Kingston as an example. Someone comes to Sean Kingston's page and they have, every person that comes to any page has a specific thing that they're looking for. And so what we said was, well, why don't we cater to everybody? Why don't we give all the information that people are looking for in one location? So you go to Sean Kingston's page and then up comes his tab. They have show dates, songs, ability to sign up for the mailing list, ability to see all of his fans across all networks, and just all the information that they could look for in one single place.
Right.
So going back to updating your Reverb Nation profile is we figured that with Facebook having all these changes and everything, rather than having to really worry about, oh, where am I going to go to upload this song? What did Facebook do here? Why did they remove this? Why did they change that? Don't worry about it. Just set it and forget it.
Yeah.
And just update your Reverb Nation profile and know that by doing so, you're also reaching all of your your Facebook fans.
Right. And and you guys are again acting as that back end that an artist needs, that back end support.
Absolutely.
I mean, you guys are okay. So far we've covered that you're gonna get my back on basically facilitating all my social networks at one place. I can communicate one message and it goes everywhere. You're gonna help me distribute all of my music. You're meaning through all of the popular channels. In addition, you're going to help me fulfill my merchandise. So essentially, anything online, you've got my back. But you're also starting to go offline in the sense that when I'm at a show, you've created this sign up that I don't have to worry about the guys and a few too many drinks. But in addition now, you guys also have some licensing opportunities and show opportunities as well. Do you know how we break that down a little bit?
Okay, yeah, well, as you said, we've been focusing on the digital realm.
Right.
And why do people promote in the digital realm? Well, it's to help their outside success.
Yeah.
Why are you staying up all night posting widgets and telling people about shows? Well, you want them to come to your show.
Right.
You want to be successful and have those fans show up. And in order to increase the scope of the reach that you can give to people with regards to people knowing about your music, we had a deal with APM licensing, where people can submit their music, have it go into the pool where they can be pulled, have that song be on a TV show, video game, movie, what have you, and use that as a way so that they can market their product, but also people are listening and they're like, because I don't know about you, but I know there's been plenty of times where I've been watching a commercial, and I mean, to be honest, I could care less about what the product is. I'm like, what song is that?
Yeah,
I
sure.
really like that, of course, with iPhone apps like Shazam now, I mean, all it takes is just take out your phone and put it there, and within a few seconds, you find out who that song is. Well, how does that song get there? Well, it's through licensing. And so we've been able to give, multiple bands have already scored deals, Mean Girls 2, Inside the PGA Tour, TNA Wrestling, Kmart commercial.
Tour.
Yeah.
You guys getting in golf.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah. No,
because and the great thing is that even golf, they're like, we gotta look for some indie artists.
But
we gotta
saying,
find
you guys are leveling the playing field across the board, man.
Yeah.